All right, I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. After a week of hiatus in the Red Rock Mountains of Sedona, I am back. And I missed you all. And more importantly, I miss all the people, in Sedona Vedic Astrology Conference. First of all, I want to really thank, of course, Dennis Harness for putting together another wonderful conference. But I also want to thank my guru to arrive at this conference, which was Kavindra Rishi. I gave a speech at Sedona conference, as you all know, and it had a lot to. It was really inspired by him. So once the conference, what do you call the editors and the technical people, when they finish all the things, they're going to send me the video of the speech, and I'll put it up. I'm not sure if it's good or bad. I'll leave that up to you. Then also, I want to thank all the people, students. Actually, I was surprised how many students of Magha Academy were there. And I want to thank them not only for the academy and being in the academy, but of the gifts that they gave me. Funny enough, half of the gifts were finished by the time I came back home. But yes, okay, it was a very similar gift. I don't know if you guys can guess. It was a very similar gift by literally 7, 8 different people. They all stopped me. They all gave me it, and it was just amazing that how I got similar gift. And it's like, wow, you guys know me because I got cigars as gift there from you guys, and especially Simon Chakwiski came in, gave me a cigar as a gift. So it was amazing. You guys know what I love, and I had cigars there. I shared it with with my colleagues, my friends, my past life, gang. So that was a great thing. And then I also, I apologize, I don't remember the names of people. I'm not very good with names because I'm not very good with math. If you're good in math, you'll remember names too. But I just do remember, what do you call? I believe it was Anil Kumar. Um, what was the other name? Aman Bedi. And there was this other gentleman from Seattle having a cigar with us at the last night. Nitin, I believe his name is Nitin. Um, so yeah, I just want to thank all these people. They got me wines. They got me, all these perfect gifts that they always get me. So with the conference, it's amazing how the last night of the conference, once the conference was done, it was actually the most amazing time. Not just the goodbyes, and I've posted picture on my Facebook with all the pictures with, Dr. Pies and Sandeep, Togi, Eve, um, Simone. We were doing a shot class. Me and Simon did a tequila shot, together. So all these pictures are there. But the last night, right in front of our hotel room in the backside, it was me, Togi, Kasanti, who is a great astrologer and astrocartographer, and this other gentleman that I just mentioned, Nitin from Seattle. We were just together at night looking at the constellation. In the middle of the night, like 11:30, it was like 11:30 p.m. It was dark, everybody's gone, so it's just silent. And then what happened is something strange happened. I was looking at the Orion constellation, and I just started saying that, Orion constellation has something very mystical about it. It like opens something up inside you. And right after that, and we were having a cigar. So I was having a cigar, so I was already in my zone, looking at the Orion constellation. And I mean, you can literally almost see the Milky Way galaxy, just a hint of it. But looking at the Orion constellation, Kasanti was right behind me, and I just started asking him his planetary position, nakshatras. Of course, I'm not going to reveal that here, but it was just amazing how it just flowed. with his chart, and then Nitin's chart. And then we also saw two falling stars. Right when I'm just talking about the charts. I'm talking about, I was also telling Kasanti about, me moving to East Coast, North and East Coast, like Philadelphia or some place like that. Shooting star went right behind him. So maybe that's an omen. So that was just a very magical moment. We were just like together in this dark backside of the hotel, where the golf course is, and just looking at the stars and talking. And I'm like, this is what I was really wanting to experience. Not the actual conference, just like people getting together and just having a mystical moment while enjoying something. And we were talking about cigars, we were talking about everything. So yeah, so I want to also thank Kasanti, for giving an amazing time by hanging out with me, and Togi. So that's that. Now, when it came to the conference, oh my God, it was just amazing, especially as much as the Pi team was kind of nervous about, the, what do you call, the unequal division of the nakshatras. I believe it was a God term. I don't know what it's called. It started with G, some sort of a G point is called. It's not a G spot. It's some sort of a Ainamsha where they spoke. Garga system. It was a Garga system that they spoke about regarding unequal, nakshatra. And literally, Eve and Togi and Sandeep and Dr. Pai, after they did the conference, they started like interacting with the audience, talking to them about their nakshatras. And then they used these unequal divisions. And it was quite amazing the results that they were getting. Although I was in and out of the conference because I was going other places and doing other things. But this was like revolutionary, what was introduced here with the Garga system, and especially, as you know, when Eve is on the stage, it's like she just takes over. Eve didn't know. Eve was just like, I hope this goes well. And we all knew, like, once Eve would get on the stage, everything would be fine. Dr. Pai came. I mean, and then Togi was just natural. He was just like getting on the stage and like talking like a professor, because he's a professor. So that was great. And then class of Kavindra Rishis was just amazing. I can't even tell you, especially when his last lecture, I think he had people standing in the back of his class. It was like filled with 40, 50 people, while it's only like 30 maximum people you can have in a classroom. And when we did this mantra together, he showed us this Surya mantra. It was just like you were in a trance with everybody when he was talking, when he was having us recite the Surya mantra. And then obviously, I didn't realize that Kavindra Rishi, Jeffrey Armstrong, he's a fan of pancakes. And I loved Sedona pancake. Me and Togi are big fans of pancakes. Didn't realize he was a fan of pancakes. And they stopped making pancakes at the restaurant that we used to go to in Sedona. But KRS came to the rescue. I specifically spoke to the manager there at La Berge, and they bought pancakes back for us. So it was the most delicious delight, especially having him on the long table with everybody and just talking. That was amazing. The actual banquet was amazing. The only constructive criticism that I may have, that I may give, is just maybe the food. The food was I know, and I pretty much, I guess I can say I speak for everyone. I was just hearing things, and I had my own opinion. The food was just it was quite bland. It could have been far better. I mean, if they just, it was like a mix of fusion of like American and Indian food mix, which never works. It was just like bland and it was cold. But if it was just like normal Indian food, like let's say paneer or dal or bhindi and then naan, it would have been just amazing. So that was the only thing that I would say, just that the food was the food could have been. And you know me, I'm a foodie, so I'm gonna judge it. I'm sorry, just I'm just gonna judge it. However, knowing all this, I usually have crazy people. They live with me sometimes. They all look crazy, just like me. So you already knew two crazy people were there in my last live video that I did before I went to Sedona, and now I have another crazy person. So I would love for this crazy person to, show himself to you. We call him Laddu Baba. Laddu Baba is here.
Laddu Baba is here.
Laddu Baba! And then tomorrow, Adhori Baba is gonna come. Santi.
I think we all got names, I guess.
I know, we all got names. What's my name, man? Indra Baba?
we have to fix. We have to baptize you.
I know. Dancing too. We'll keep that a secret.
No, but yeah, I feel pancakes. Yeah, it was good. That was great that we have that.
Yeah.
Pancakes. And let me tell you, I think there was a set of 3 or 4 pancakes.
Yeah.
But these pancakes are different from normal.
They're made of whole wheat.
Yeah, it's from IHOP. What you get is much different from this.
No.
And it was very difficult for me to finish all the 4 pancakes.
Yeah.
So I guess it looks like I initially thought I would finish everything.
You did finish everything.
I did finish
the
everything.
first day was a clean plate.
But with an effort.
Effort. Yeah.
It was heavy. But this is something which I have never tasted.
That's the thing. This Sedona pancakes at La Berge Resort. If you guys ever go, just say, hey, can you please have pancakes for me? They're the best pancakes. I don't know what they put on there. What are the nuts that they put on? Walnuts. They put walnuts. They put some orange stuff with the whipped cream and the butter. And it's just the most delicious thing you'll have, especially with maple syrup. And Jeffrey Armstrong actually has his own personal maple syrup, which he lost, but then he found. And he put it on top of all the pancakes. It was just amazing.
So that's I think we are all foodies.
Yeah, we're all foodies, man.
But apart from that, conference was great, and I think we met many people.
This was the biggest conference too.
Yeah,
we've been the biggest. Like, it was so many people I couldn't imagine. Compared to last time, even I thought, last time was a lot. This time was amazing.
And this was the first opportunity of mine to talk give a speech at astrological conference.
That's right.
I've given in astronomy, but never in an astrology conference. So this was.
It was funny. You just took over and you just told me, okay, so what do you do? Okay, you stay. It's like a professor talking.
It needs to be interactive, because when you go on the stage and you talk for 1 hour, 2 hours, it's difficult.
Yeah.
Because I teach students of 17, 18, 19 years to keep their interest for 1 hour. You have to make them interactive.
Yeah.
And that's what we should ask questions, which should be interactive with little bit of humor, and which makes the class so I think these are all teachings to be.
And now I got a new name for him. Yogatara Baba.
Yeah, I did talk
this guy
Yogatara.
is a master of Yogatara. I mean, obviously he's a mathematician, physicist. So it's like, for him, Yogatara, you give him if he sees a planet in Yogatara, something just happens and he'll just start talking.
Maybe I should say because.
And you did the live reading of the Yogataras.
Yes, yeah. So people are asking how we use this Yogatara. So for example, if Venus is near the Yogatara of Magha, let's say, then you understand Venus rules what house in your chart. Venus has got what all Karakatvas, and it is near which Yogatara. Like if it is in Magha Yogatara, you know the characteristics of Magha.
Yeah.
So it's a blend of the house lords, the natural characteristic of flavor of the planet with the natural flavor of the nakshatra. So take this and make a sambar,
Exactly. So it's funny you said that, because, and by the way, I want to say hi to the Gupta family as well. They came to me. They're actually in the Magha school, and the father, mother, and the son, they all came. And I'm sorry I couldn't give you enough time because I was running around. I had many other commitments, but he showed me his chart, in right after Jeffrey Armstrong class was over. He came to me. He wanted to talk to about some questions of the school, but then he showed me his chart, and he had Venus in the 10th house in Bharani Nakshatra at the Yogatara of Bharani.
Venus in the 10th house. And
in Aries.
Venus was ruling what all houses?
4th and 11th.
So 4th
of vehicles, 11th of gains. And so when I saw his Venus in Bharani, especially the Yogatara, I'm like, are you doing anything with transportation, especially with trucks? And apparently he just opened up a trucking business, I think a couple of years ago. I don't know, I could be wrong. But it's amazing how when Dr. Pai was explaining in his chart where the elephant, the bunny, big something on the road which is big and bulky and perhaps even slow, something that charges.
Because the animal symbol of Burni is elephant. Elephants are like huge, big animals.
And then Venus rules the fourth house of vehicles. It's a karka of vehicles in the 10th house of karma, the karma that you're performing. So just by this conference, you can just start seeing even more. And especially the Yoga Tara, it was this. So it was obvious, why it was occurring that way.
Correct. And the other thing which is interesting was Dr. Pai explaining about his animal symbols. He was combining Chinese and Indian system.
Yeah, Chinese and Indian system.
So I think this is the new direction of astrology, where not Indian astrology is there, but take some Chinese.
Yeah.
Take Egyptian mythology.
Even Mayan mythology, something. Yes. And they all have similar things, especially with Rahu Ketu. I think what he was saying, like every single ancient culture has something for Rahu and Ketu.
So I think that's a unique thing, to combine different cultures and then trying to fuse that.
Yeah.
And maybe you may get something new out of it, which I guess hardly anyone has
exactly
done. Maybe someone, I'm not sure.
What were the example you were showing me downstairs about the Revati?
Oh, this Revati was, I had one of my clients where there were 3 or 4 planets in Revati.
Yeah.
And I just asked, because Revati's deity is Pushan. Pushan is the one who carries the soul. He's a ferryman. So I asked this client whether you have something to do with boat business or ship business, and he said he owns a company which is like having some boat. He was from Kerala, so that in Kerala they have water transport. Yeah. So they have they need to have some hiring boats and all for transportation, water communication. So he was doing that, and apparently he had 3 or 4 planets in Revati.
Wow.
So you have to make those mythology stories connection and all. So that's one thing to maybe going in different, like Egyptian and Chinese astrology, and take into account of Indian astrology, and then combine those two. Marry Indian and Chinese astrology. Yeah. Marriage always gives birth to new beings, so maybe some new knowledge may come out.
Exactly.
New birth of new knowledge.
Well, the birth of new knowledge occurred with the Garga system.
Yes.
Of unequal nakshatra. So after this lesson, what did the Pi team has concluded? I mean, because I know there's a research that you guys are now doing.
We need to, we are going to much more depth, because yesterday we are having all actions. They are going to much more depth now. Padas. Should we divide padas also, or should we keep the same length of padas? Like because we saw in some nakshatras only half the length, so we should keep only 2 padas there or 4 padas there. So we are going into depth to understand more, and how does Vimshottari Dasha changes. So that's a huge research. You open a new Pandora box always, and
the reason why Pandora box is open, because look, you can make any system and just throw it out there in front of public, and you're gonna confuse everyone. But the problem with this, the thing about this one is, it's actually we're giving some accurate predictions.
Results. Yeah.
Like, I mean, these guys were just looking at other people's nakshatra through the Garga system of unequal nakshatra, and it was matching even far more than their original equal nakshatra system. So that's where you're like, okay, there's something here. Okay. This is why they gave the classes, because they have been doing that research in private, like, okay, looking at the unequal nakshatra of the clients, their previous clients, calling people, hey, so are you this? Did this happen? Did that happen? And this is where they're like, okay, we're going to have a talk, a lecture. And that's why that lecture came in, because they started seeing a pattern. And the best way to see the pattern is to actually take the live audience and start interacting with them at the same time. Yeah.
It was great to meet with people, and we had interesting tea ceremony.
Oh yes! What is that tea ceremony called? It's Chinese tea. I mean, what were their names? The 2 gentlemen? Our past life connections?
Rusbe and Alec.
Rusbe and Alec, thank you so much for providing us tea. They were the tea tenders, and the bartenders. They were the tea tenders. We are all discussing about the courses, the classes that they were doing, and you can see the pictures on my Facebook too. Of us just sitting on the bed, on the 2 beds, and they're making the tea at the floor. Kept giving us the tea after tea after tea after tea, and it was just the past life tea that they gave.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't even know if I can discuss it here, but there's something with the past life tea.
It was how many? 70 years old, something.
70-year-old.
Tea leaves are 70
are 70 years old, and they're supposed to invoke your past life. So this is where we just went into a different world to see who is who, and we apparently, all of us, including them too, have a past life connection. Okay, so who was the Persian guy?
Was the Persian guy?
The T. You just said the name, Alex and...
Rusbe and
Rusbe. So I saw Rusbe, okay? He was one of the gentlemen making the Chinese tea, and it was in Eve's room. And I came in, these guys were sitting, and then I'm just sitting and I'm looking at Rusbe, and Rusbe came and say hi to me, and I'm like, and he's probably watching this too, and I'm like, I know you. I've seen you somewhere. And apparently this is the very first time I'm meeting him, but for some reason my subconscious said, oh, I know you. I've met you before. I just feel like I've met you before. And then once that past life tea was given, and when everybody kind of went into that trance.
I don't know, but the tea had, the taste of the tea had like a...
You felt buzzed right away with the tea.
The smell of the first rain on the earth. Earth smell when the first rain comes.
Yeah.
Similar smell, similar aroma of the tea was. Something it is grounding to earth element or something. I don't know what it was, but it had a flavor of that.
Exactly. So through the tea, we just have this... I won't go into detail. Maybe they don't want to discuss the details, but every single person who's in that room is connected to each other from past life, from this one particular region of this earth. And so it's amazing how the visions were coming, and it was just something unbelievable. Let me just say this Sedona trip was... Every Sedona trip has been something, but this was, especially when we did our sadhana at night.
The prayers and all we did
the prayers, the sadhana we did, it was just something different. And specifically, as you see, I have this Tantric Saraswati. And what is this Ganesha? This
the Nritya
Ganesha.
Nritya Ganesha, Natya Ganapati.
Natya Ganapati. Yeah. Okay. And
dancing Ganesha, we call it.
These are energized in a temple, these two. And this gentleman, Manoj, who gave these to me, amazing gentleman, sense of humor. He's a comedian too, and yet he's spiritually deep into these things. So strong connection. As soon as I walked into the conference, there were these idols of Ganesha, Parvati, Lakshmi, Kali, my attention went to these two. I came in and something just attracted me. This Ganesha and then this Saraswati. And for 2 days, I would walk in the conference room, go away from the conference room, and I'm just looking. And eventually, I'm just like, okay, whose are these? Are they selling? Are they not selling? Is this for decoration? And once I found out that I can actually buy these, right away, I spoke to Manoj, this is yours? Okay, I want this, and I want this. So thank you, Manoj, for actually selling these. I thought they weren't for sale. I would have been disappointed, but it's so beautiful. But the energy that I got, okay, so you left the room at night when I got this. Okay, once Eve did the sadhana on this, left the room, I felt this energy in the room on top of my head when they were sitting on the side. First of all, I was already feeling energy with them. But then once we did the sadhana, I brought them in my room. So, so these are my new friends, my new roommates, my office mates. My office mates. So, and yes, you will, and you know what? You guys probably gonna think, oh, you can't smoke cigars in front of them. You can't drink in front of them. Oh, no. What I experienced and learned in this conference, whatever you say, first of all, the Bhagavad Gita thing I found out. I won't say the name of the person who showed me this at the conference, but every time, let's say you do something sinful, you eat meat, you drink, you smoke a cigar.
Is that sinful?
Okay. Well, I'll get comments either in the live or in YouTube videos that, Krishna and Bhagavad Gita says not to do this, it's a sin, it's this, it's that. Oh, you're creating a sin by drinking and smoking. But what people don't realize, that the message of Bhagavad Gita was from Krishna to Arjuna. It was from Krishna to Arjuna, not Krishna to the world. He was only showing Krishna his dharma. That doesn't mean that dharma is for everyone, because you know why? If you knew something about Bhagavad Gita, there are actually different versions of Bhagavad Gita where Krishna has spoken to different people about their different dharma, what they should be doing. He's showing them the world that they're supposed to be seeing. You know how Krishna was seeing a million eyes, a million thing, and he said, if you recite my name, if you are pure, if you don't have attachment to desire, this happens. But people don't get it. That was only a message from Krishna to Arjuna, even for all the 7 billion people that are coming in the future. And then he was speaking differently to every character in the Mahabharata, as per their interaction.
No, nothing is sin. Nothing is everything in moderation is good.
Moderation is good, and then also like people say, let go of the desire. Oh, couple, you're into watches, you're into this. You need to let go of desire if you want to find God. But the only reason, you do not have to let go of desire to know God. You know why this secret person, which you also met, said that the only reason they say not to be attached, don't have material things, don't go after this or money or fame, because it's just for peace of mind. Because when you have a lot of things, you're afraid of losing them. Okay, so let's say I have a car, I'm afraid of losing that. But if you live a simple life,
and not attached,
not attached, if things come and go, it's not going to affect your mind. And if you're peaceful, you can be closer to God in terms of your meditation. But if you do meditation with a lot of material things, and if you're not at peace, you're going to think about those things first before God. They say if you're peaceful, if you're calm, having the material things, by all means do whatever you want. Be closer to God. That's all it is. So when someone says, oh no, you got to let go of your material desire and this, the only reason that is just, it's a simple life. So whether bad dasha comes,
let go of the attachment.
And let go of the attachment. So if a bad dasha comes, takes things away, you don't care. Good dasha comes, gives things to you, you don't care, because you're just living a simple life. You're not having 3-4 mansions, you're not having like a Ferrari and this and that, and you're like, oh my God, if I lose them, I'm going to be done. That's where the problem comes in. So this was the most enlightening conference for me in terms of understanding our habits, this life, what it is. Because see, when even I was like, oh, Bhagavad Gita says this, and I'm committing the sin. But people only get the information that has been passed down to them, recycled from one person to the other. But they don't realize there's actually 32 different versions of Bhagavad Gita, which are even hidden. They don't tell you that, because then people are going to commit sins. If they found out all those other things that Krishna said to other people, that has been written in a poetic form, like Bhagavad Gita. But because Arjuna was the most pure one, they are putting this as a flag of righteousness, that, oh no, you have to follow this, and they're trying to make everybody into Arjuna. Not everybody's Arjuna. Someone is Duryodhan, someone is Bhishma or Bhima. They have their own paths to follow. So when you guys next time give somebody an example of following Bhagavad Gita and this, just remember, you're giving only a message of Krishna to. It's like you hacked into the email of Krishna, sending an email to Arjuna or text message. And someone read the text message, they're like, oh, this is the word of God, this is word of Krishna. But no, it's only for a person like Arjuna by Krishna, and that's it. So a lot of this information was given. I mean, I'm still processing all these things that I learned, taking notes and all that. But and what would be like any constructive criticism of the conference, or any?
The other thing, I know there were many parallel sessions too. That becomes difficult. There are many people who want to get into 2 or 3.
That's the thing. So yeah, like what I would love, like if what Dennis would do is like if in one conference all the people are in one stay or in one room, and one person speaking at one time. This way you have all the 200 people in one room and the teachers talking on the stage. It gives more motivation. You become more alive. Like, look at all these eyes on me. You feel good, like, hey, I'm on the stage. But when things are divided, it's smaller. And also, if like I wanted to go Kavindra Rishi and I wanted to go to Andrew Foss's class, but then I had to decide. And then I'm like, okay, I see Andrew Foss so many times. I've been to his class. Okay, let me go to Kavindra Rishi's class. Then Eve's class came, and this other one astrologer's class came in. And I'm like, okay. Then I'm like, okay, no, I have to go to the Eve's one, because that one she's talking about the Trim Samsachar and the women's horoscope. And I'm like, okay, let me just go and support her. This is her first major thing happening.
At the same time, that's like, okay, you get opportunities to include many people too, having parallel classes going on. But you pay for price for everything. You know?
Yeah. I mean, I would just have like everybody singing in one room, having in one day, having 3 teachers come. So one teacher come teach us something, break, when the other teachers come teach us, and then everybody just
So
goes
see,
back
this is
to
what
the...
happens in scientific conference. They have posters, you know.
Yeah.
Like everyone wants to talk, but because of the heavy time limit, we cannot give everyone a chance.
Yeah.
So sometimes doing a poster thing, or sometimes what is their ideas. So maybe if possible, if we get a few classes, but something like a poster so that they can go and see
Yeah.
at least their work in written in a short way. I don't know whether that will work in an astrology. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm bringing this from a scientific to an conference from scientific conference to an astrology conference.
Yeah.
But something if you have posted, then you also get a chance to put your work in front of the large audience.
Yeah.
And try and give your best and give and share community. So maybe which no one has done yet, like poster thing in an astrology conference. No one has done that. So making a poster or something. Of course, printing a poster.
Like a Bollywood poster, like marriage consultation.
Yeah.
Like Shah Rukh.
No, I don't want to give marriage consultation, but a broad idea of that.
With the sari running in the thing, marriage. Talk on marriage.
Your ideas, your rules, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
It would be great. I don't know how that will work.
Okay.
Because new ideas, you know.
Yeah.
We need.
Yeah.
So
anything else?
Yeah, it was overall good experience, great travel, and enjoyed. It was rain.
It was raining too. This time it rained the 2-3 days we were there, so we couldn't even get out until the last day, last night.
Yeah.
When the sky was clear.
Yes.
And everybody had left. Dr. Pai left, Sandeep left, Eve left, all the major people left. Majority of the guests left by Monday night.
Monday evening.
And then it was just like you, me, and then the Kasanti. And that's when the magic happened with the sky. Looking at the constellation and just talking astrology. And okay, so you had a cigar. What did you say after you had a cigar?
I was keeping quiet. You all were talking, having cigar, and they were discussing.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I was keeping quiet. Then the cigar master comes, gives me a cigar. And after that, it started, even I started giving predictions and all to them.
It just started flowing.
So...
started flowing.
Yeah. So because I don't do... Of course, when I smoke cigar only with you.
Yeah.
But not at all. But
because this is what we were also discussing. Like cigarette, why cigarette is so different from cigar. Cigarette is the 5th house. Okay? The 5th house and the 5th Lord. And cigar is the 2nd, 10th, and 11th house's controller. Okay? Because... Rahu represents smoke, but it represents pure smoke. Okay? Rahu, back in the days, they smoked only original. Well, what is cigar? It's a fermented leaf. They take a leaf out from the crop. You can see the process on YouTube.
Correct.
They dry the leaf and they bring it into the thing. They roll it.
Correct. Yeah.
That's it. And they put this this tree sap creates this sweet glue. And they'd use that glue from the tree to attach the back cap.
Oh, okay. And cigarette has paper, you know. When you
paper and 400 different chemicals.
Yeah.
Okay, 400 different chemicals.
So why you said it is 5th house and cigar as 2nd?
Because, okay, so cigarette has been very harmful.
True.
Mm-hmm. And cigarette is the bhavat bhav. Okay, not cigarette. I'm sorry. 5th house is the bhavat bhavam of the 3rd house. What is 3rd house?
3rd house is again
upper lungs.
Upachaya and upper.
Chest is the lower lungs. It's the upper lungs, right when it goes in.
Correct.
Because 5th house is 3rd from the 3rd is the bhavat bhavam of the 5th house. What is the 5th house? Purva punya bhava. You are corrupting your purva punya.
But when I smoke cigar, again it goes in the 5th, third house.
No. Okay, so now what's by cigar? You're not inhaling cigar.
You are just
going in and out, in and out, in and out. And then what is it?
I think we'll give a whole topic on cigar.
I know. What am I doing? I'm like giving a whole topic on cigar. Sorry. I get into it and then I lose myself and I'm like...
This is what happens. We go...
I know. We can make this like a 5-hour long thing if we started discussing everything. Okay, so never mind. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was even live. I'm just talking to him like we always do. Okay, but anyway, it was just an amazing conference because this time actually, I will just say it. I mean, it was Kavindra Rishi coming, Eve giving a talk, and Dr. Pai, you guys giving a talk. I'm like, okay, I gotta be here. And obviously, most likely 95% I'm not going to be there next year because I am going to be traveling to California and Europe, as I spoke to you guys earlier. So most likely I will not be coming, but I will be in Sedona maybe before. Maybe like May, June, something. We're just planning to just privately meet and just hang out, and not be burdened by classes and this and that. So, I mean, of course, I'm not going to announce it, but yeah, but I will probably go to Sedona outside. You have to. It's like an yearly pilgrimage now. So, but anyway, guys, yeah, I'm back to my regular schedule. And I know I have to make the Navamsha video, and the conjunction video will probably come by maybe tonight or.
I think we all have many consultations now pending.
Oh yeah, you got like 10 consultations pending. I've got mine pending from what I've missed. So yes, they are slowly gonna be coming in. Yeah. All my students in Maga Academy, today I uploaded the Nakshatra worksheet because I'm finally on the Nakshatra lesson. Oh. Look at the coincidence. Here we finished the Nakshatra lesson with you in Sedona, and now my Nakshatra lesson starts for the Maga Academy. So I uploaded the worksheet to all the students, all the details on it, and then I'm going to discuss it in 3 parts, which is going to be the Rajas, Tamas, and Sattva. So I'm just going to go by those 3 sections. Correct. And just, go from there, and then you guys will see the fun of astrology. So, and then if you have not, gone to it, just go to KRSchannel.thinkeffect.com or Maga Vedic Astrology Academy.com. So that's where you can just start from the previous lesson, and you can join anytime. There's no you're not going to miss anything. But yeah, Nakshatra starts this week. So anyway, guys, I am going to see you later. We're going to have more coffee with Bailey's. Yeah. Of course. So, and say goodbye to Saraswati and Ganapati. See you. See you all. Bye-bye.